Riley Amos is coming to the front. He likes to be in the best position, especially on that off-camber zigzag climb. It's not an easy part of the course.
Bit of a dab there for Riley Amos on clip of the right foot. Seems to have got it covered though and back on the pedals again. But it's a very, very, not unlike Nova Mesto actually, Bart. It's a very busy surface. Just watch Riley Amos's feet here.
Some big roots actually, what you don't see on screen, but this is off-camber and then it's loose. And then he lost his traction on one of these roots. And then the speed is gone.
Yep.
Too close to that big tree next to him. Out of balance, but very quickly back on his bike.
Yeah, recovered well, Bart. Parked the bike in the middle of that line as well to make sure no one was getting past it.
That's when you are in the first place.
Exactly. It's not just about speed, it's about making that bike as wide as possible. Trudler then, back to the front.
And on these little sections, riders, they can recovering a little bit, but not that long. It goes up constantly. Alex Malacarne now on 4th place.
Malacarne's made the break from that group, 13 seconds off the lead.
Luc Moyer here, the South African rider.
There's Lilou.
There he is. Yeah, he's coming into the race.
I wonder if
the Swiss champion.
I wonder if Martin's got a problem, Bart. He seems to be fading quickly.
We know from him that he's very fast in also in short track racing and in the first few laps of the race. But I mean, also the heat will play a big role today again. It's very humid, high temperatures, especially when the sun is out. In between 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 4, it's
very hot.
It's very hot. Luckily, there's a lot of shade here on this course too, from the trees, the jungle. But Finn Trudler, you can see here, he's feeling well on the climb.
There's the old, you can see the shell of the old hotel. The right-hand side of your screen now.
It's a ghost house.
The ghost house, yeah. Thanks for the capybaras now, as opposed to ghosts.
Have you seen them, the capybaras?
I have, yeah. I went to play
Funny,
football.
Yeah?
Went to play football last night, and there was 2 of them knocking about. I had to clear them off the pitch.
It's a real attraction, capybaras.
Yeah, I think they've been on more people's social media than the mountain bikers this weekend. Trudler, Amos, and Riley lead the way. Malacarne shaved another 3 seconds off that, so Alex Malacarne is coming.
It's coming. Oh, that's a good sign of the Brazilian rider here.
If we get
hometown race.
If we get a Brazilian at the front, Bart.
Wow.
You and I may need an escort out of here.
Luca Martin, he's suffering a little bit. Dario Lilou in front of him. And that chasing group is coming back too.
Yeah.
Mathis Gui. Luc Wittmann is in that group. Also Sander Rocke. And Paul Schell it is.
Yeah, Lexware team, Paul Schell.
Yep.
These little step drops, that was a bit of a gap. Let's join them back on this really wide climb. Riders favouring that line to the right-hand side.
Yeah, Bjorn Riley, he's playing a little bit with the gaps in between.
Looks like Trudler's having another attack here, Bart.
Yeah, but Bjorn Riley, he might be able to close that gap, so that's why he tried to save a little bit energy here on that last bit of the climb.
I think if we've learned anything in 2024 in cross-country, the clever riding's done in 3rd and 4th wheel this season, isn't it? Because the margins are so fine. You just want to be back there, just looking at the riders in front, and there's that line again.
Yeah, and he's back on the wheel. Bjorn Riley's back on the wheel of Riley Amos in front of him.
So pretty much the hardest line on the track is Bjorn Riley's only line. He's ditched the riding glasses as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference in between the sunny parts and where the shade is. It's really dark.
Yeah, I was just going to say actually earlier on, Bart, the surface here, not unlike Nova Mesto Namarave, where there's a lot of dappled light, there's a lot of routes, it's very visually busy, there's a lot going on.
But here it's absolutely different. The difference in between the open sections and the covered by trees section, it's completely different.
These 3 still together at the front.
But the surface is actually perfect for mountain bike riding.
Yeah, it tipped it down the other night.
Really well packed, good rolling. There's a little bit of gravel in these high-speed berms. These might be a bit tricky, but yeah, it feels good if you're riding here on this surface.
I was saying absolutely chopped it down with rain the other night for an hour or so, and then as soon as the sun came out the next day, you would never have known it was there. Safely over that gap. Actually, that rain that did the track, it turned it perfect. It turned it from good into perfect.
And when the rain comes down here, it's a proper one. Here you see how they managed to jump over these locks over there. They didn't touch them either, even.
Right, let's see what Bjorn Riley pulls off this time over the bridge.
Yeah, first they go into that little extra section with that short track climb in it.
Yeah.
This is an interesting feature as well. And Bjorn Riley again.
For the hardest bit.
He has to brake even over there.
Yeah.
He's feeling comfortable on the third place. And then again, that little steep part, steep climb, out of the saddle.
Riley seems to lose out to these two in front of this climb. Just as I say that, he pulls them both back, of course.
And you can see here as well, dropper seat goes down for Finn Trudler before he's entering these jumps. It gives you a bit more space in between the bike and your body.
Yeah, Bjorn Riley just landing deep off that first table.
Let's see what Bjorn Riley is doing here on the bridge.
There we go. Curse the commentator.
Takes it easy.
Curse of the commentator does nothing. Hangs it right. That little corner around that tree, very, very tricky, Bart, because it looks like a berm on the way into it, and then it has absolutely no backside on the way out of it. So very easy to slide out.
Yeah. Alex Malakana, 9 seconds off only now.
Lilo up into 6th as well, 29 seconds back off the lead of Trudler. So Dario Lilo feeling good today, the Giant Factory off-road team rider.
Luc Moyer from South Africa, another Cube Factory racing team rider.
Riley Amos moving through, the chat continues at the front, shake of the head from Finn Trudler.
Yeah, Finn Trudler is pushing hard all the time again here on the flat. Alex Malakane, the Brazilian rider.
Malacarne pushing hard around the lake. This big, long, flat loop. Yeah, you see these big roots here that just sap all your speed.
If the leading group is slowing down even just for a second, he's back to them.
Well, look, we saw that last Sunday in the XCO. The elite men, the lead group went back and forth and the pace went up and down and allowed Christopher Blevins.
You see here, he's coming already, so I think it's less than 9 seconds. So he's gaining a bit of time. Back to the leaders, into that tech feed zone, taking his drink, a cold drink.
Listen to the noise. Our commentary booth is just kicked off because they've seen Alex Malacarne coming into view.
7 seconds. He's
pushing a big gear bar.
Yeah, he does. But it shows how fast the first riders are riding. Riley Amos, he's on his own.
Amos looks like he's made a scamper up the road here. 2 seconds the difference.
Yeah, maybe he didn't went into that tech feed zone and gain a little bit of time. With these three coming back together, definitely Finn Trudler will push hard. And that's what he's doing now again on the lead. Bjorn Riley on third place.
Riley Amos did exactly what he hoped he was going to last weekend. He backed up that win in Mont Saint Anne at the end of last season. Win in Mairipora, start the new one. Really the favourite in this class from the start of the season. Two of his big rivals, Carter Woods and Adrian Boissy, have moved up into elites.
Yeah, it always helps when you have the support from the fans of the side. For Alex Malakane.
I tell you, you will not get much more support than you would get here in Brazil. Absolutely, the fans have just roared on any and every Brazilian who has been on track or around the circuit, in the pits,
One
anywhere.
again here, Riley Amos.
Again.
A little bit of a mistake. He did it in the previous lap and now again.
Sometimes that happens though, Bart, doesn't it? You're so concentrated on not making the same mistake, you ride into the same mistake.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Certainly have my fair
but
share.
But it shows also how difficult it is over there. I mean, these riders are so well trained. They have practicing on the course constantly, and still it happened.
This climb here, this little exit and this climb, horrible.
Oh, it hurts so bad in your legs.
Absolutely horrible.
But Alex Malakane, it looks like he's coming back to the leaders, to the top three.
Here we go. Trudler leading them through the jumps.
Nice shot.
Really unique style, Troidler. That back is locked into position, isn't it? It doesn't move at all. Stays stationary on the bike. And now Finn Troidler has another attack.
Yeah, he's feeling strong on this climb all the time. We see that he's pushing hard and try to get away. And it looks like for Riley Amos and Bjorn Riley, they are able to manage it, even if there's a small gap at the top before the descent start, to close that gap again. But I think this is the best tactic for Finn Troidler to manage this race. But it's a long one, even if they're taking away the laps very quickly. 11 seconds now for Alex Malekane. 33 for Luc Moyer. Mathis Gui.
Malekane's impressive here.
Oh, and it's getting more difficult if you get exhausted during the ride.
Uphill route section, only in cross-country racing. Troidler, though, this one beginning to look like it's distancing Riley.
Yeah, they even
not Amos.
And there's still a bit to go to the highest point of that climb, even if there's a small descent in between.
Amos looks like he's struggling slightly here, No, sorry, Riley, Bjorn Riley. Getting my Rileys mixed up. Malekane. Rolling into view now.
Yeah, Finn Troidler is feeling strong today. The Cube Factory Racing rider. Bjorn Riley, the Track Future Racing team.
Yeah, Trek Future Racing, the feeder team to the full factory. Trek Factory Racing Pirelli squad. Heaps and heaps of North American talent. But it's a Swiss rider currently leading the way, as we're used to seeing in cross-country racing over the generations. Finn Troidler.
Yeah, another strong Swiss rider.
Well, there's enough space for them to fit the drone in now behind him, so Riley Amos 4 seconds back off the back wheel of Troidler.
Yeah, maybe he gained a little bit more time on that climb. But the last split time, 5 seconds it was now.
Rounds that awkward rock step.
I think they are able to close that gap one more time. 5 seconds is not that much.
Bjorn Riley looks like he's in trouble here, though, Bart. We still didn't see him come into that shot there. 13 seconds, our screen showing, which puts him 6 seconds ahead of Malekane. So Malekane may well be coming into sight. Bjorn Riley. Riley Amos over the rider's left. Oh, off that big step.
Hey, he's taking some risks. It looks like that, but maybe it's not for him.
Almost like an Enduro World Cup stage, that little descent. Really, really wide line.
You see here Riley Amos out of the saddle, pushing hard. And he's coming back now to Finn Troidler again. They might slow down if they are together.
Yeah, 18 seconds back off Troidler now for Bjorn Riley.
It's a fair gap.
Such
a short time.
So Alex Malekane has made it over to Bjorn Riley. Can they work together, or will the Brazilian go straight past him?
Yeah, the Brazilian rider has to pass him and pushing hard. There's no time to wait. And you see the gaps becoming a bit bigger now. Luc Wittmann, another Swiss rider, on 8th place. Dario Lillo, 9th.
It's Mathis Galen, 6th place. Sandro Rocket behind him. There's Wiedmann. And there's Dario Lillo on the number 9 giant. Lillo looks like he's put on a bit of muscle mass from last season.
Yeah, he was very strong. He won a race. But this year, a little bit of a slow start, I would say. Still good, of course. 9th at the moment.
Yeah, you can't belittle just how hard it is to win one of these things.
Especially the men under 23 category, it's such a high level. And you see here the two leaders again back together.
Heading towards that 3-meter gap jump.
And here this section over here with all the spectators, the fans on the side, chainsaws.
Absolutely wild on lap 4 out of 7 as they head up that really horrible little punchy climb.
The Finn Troidler is not slowing down, even not. And Bjorn Riley is up. Riley Amos is behind him. Keep on pushing. On the jump line. enjoying the jumps.
Up over the bridge.
19 seconds for Bjorn Riley and Alex Malakarne.
Riley Amos, credit to him, has covered off that attack of Treudler very, very effectively. Took him a while to do, didn't get panicked, just kept turning the pedals as they head over the river gap. Mature riding from Riley Amos that part, didn't panic.
I'm sorry?
He didn't panic, Riley Amos, he just kept covering off, kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, the confidence he's showing also before the start, it's massive actually, and it shows how he's feeling. That's also, it shows how he's riding.
He's really grown into the jersey, hasn't he? He's got a sort of a confidence and maturity about him.
It's like a stage race. If you get the leader's jersey, it gives you some extra power.
Yeah,
and that's what he's showing.
Has a look over his shoulder, won't see anybody. Alex Malakarne now in third place, 15 seconds back off these two.
Have a look to the lap times. Yeah, below 9 minutes even. So it's crazy fast. But they're riding now. Two laps to go. Yes, it's a short race.
It is a short race. 2 to go here in Araxa, on one of the best cross-country Olympic racetracks we have seen in modern times.
I think actually it's wrong. They have to do 3 more laps. 3 more, yes.
3 more, sorry.
Yes. Otherwise, they should...
Otherwise, you and I...
50, less than 55 minutes.
Well, we'd have a chance to have a drink before dinner anyway.
No, 3 more laps to go.
3 more laps to go. We can keep the booking we've got.
I was really surprised when I saw the 2 to go.
These two, though, they will have team staff keeping them aware of what's going on, how far is to go all around the circuit, so nothing to worry about for them.
Yeah, but believe me, sometimes it's really hard to count the number of laps for these riders. They really look at it when they cross the start-finish line.
Yeah. Maybe we should have the lap number on the side of a capybara. Just get it to run out every now and again. Bjorn Riley then and Alex Malakarne still together.
Yeah, I think it's Alex Malakarne who has to chase hard, because Bjorn Riley, I don't think he's able to close that gap again. And you can see Finn Treudler, he's feeling good.
He's feeling good, but I wonder if he's also feeling frustrated, Bart. He keeps launching these attacks. Amos keeps covering them off and then not coming past him.
It's true, yeah, and it also will count for him. That many work he put into this race so far.
There's Luke Wiedmann. Wiedmann back in 7th. He's with Lilo and Rocket, 3 of them all together.
Yeah, it's on the rock also in a red jersey. Here's Paul Schell.
So the top 10 currently covered by 55 seconds.
Stay! The 2 leaders. Bjorn Riley suffering here on that steep part.
Bjorn Riley,
he's going away from him.
Maybe just caught out by the early pace here, Bjorn Riley.
Yeah, of course, when you're feeling good and you had a good short track race what he had yesterday, 2nd place, you start with a lot of ambition, and that's also how you have to enter a race.
Riley Amos is gluing his track to the back of Finn Treudler's cube.
It will frustrate Finn Treudler for sure.
Bart, you had a spot of that in Atlanta 96.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
It is, yeah, you have to, but also for Finn Treudler, he tried many times already on that climb, and that's also, I think, the tactic what he has to use. But he had to get away with it, and so far, Riley Amos is strong enough to come back all the time in that descent.
He's come up with an answer every single time, hasn't he? There is Malakarne, the Brazilian, for Trinity Racing.
Yeah, here's to number 4. And then the gap's becoming a bit bigger.
As they
Here we can see it again.
Back towards the top of the course now.
Mathis Gui, Luc Moyer, Luc Wiedmann, Dario Lilo, and Roque, Sander Roque. The chasing group.
21 seconds adrift now, Malacarney. So although these two are scrapping a bit at the front, they are keeping the pace really high.
Yeah, if you have short lap times, as this course has, then it looks like it gives tight racing as well. They keep on pushing constantly. And also the average speed is high on this course.
Slow-mo shot there off the Fox 34. Step cast forward, working away. Finn Troidler deploying as much travel as it can, suspension travel, to help maintain grip, contact with the ground. 26 seconds of difference now to Malacarney. Bjorn Riley 29, so Bart Troidler really is setting the pace at the front here. Maybe it's just the fact that Amos can't get past him.
Yeah, maybe it's, I think Bjorn Riley, if he's able to follow Alex Malacarney, he might save a little bit of energy maybe till the end of the race. But here again,
he likes the top of that climb, Troidler, doesn't he? He puts a couple of bike lengths in at each lap. Here we go, top of this descent.
That's a back marker. But Riley Amos, he's managing to keep the gap not too big and close it again in the descent. And recovering.
Yeah, both of them now going that middle line, cutting over to the rider's right. To the Red Bull Roots and Rules section.
And here on screen, it doesn't look that fast, but if you stay next to the course, it goes really fast.
They are catching a back marker now, Bart, so outside of the 80% zone where normally they'd be called in, are they just going to have to rely on him to get out of the way?
Yeah, maybe he might have maybe a technical problem or something like that, that it cost him a little bit more time this lap. But normally the 80% rule means you don't overtake any of the riders. They will take an out before that.
Well, we'll have to see if that is the case. 24 seconds back from Malacarney now, so Bjorn Riley 5 seconds behind him, so that elastic band under some strain, but Troidler and Amos, such as their pace, they're catching back markers.
Taking their drinks in here and cooling themselves down.
It's an extra little thing to juggle the cooling, isn't it? It's an extra thing to do to make sure you nail.
It is, yeah, but you are really happy to do it in these conditions. And sometimes riders even take like a panty with ice cubes in it, and they put that into the neck, and then it melts slowly. But yeah, cold water helps as well, but not for a long time. And that's why they have 2 times a lap, the feed zone.
Yeah, hot going out there, just about as hot as it's been all day here in Araxa. It was overcast for much of the racing this afternoon, but it's the kind of late afternoon sun that we've come to expect in this part of the world.
Yeah, we are here on an elevation of about 1,100 meters.
That's enough for me, Bart. I'll shock you, that's enough for me.
It cools down, actually. Now it's quite okay. Just below 20. And the mornings are nice and fresh. But during the day, it's getting so hot and so humid.
The mornings are lovely, and you think that the evenings are lovely, and then the mosquitoes come out.
They do.
You scramble for cover. So, Finn Troidler at the top of the climb heads Riley Amos. We've yet to see Riley Amos really impose himself at the front in the last few laps. We just wonder if he's... Oh, different lines there.
Yeah, different lines. The line Finn Troidler took it's actually a table. It means it's flat on top, and the other one it's with a gap in it.
A double, yeah. This left-hander, it was unbelievable. Sorry, right-hander, it's unbelievable how close riders get to the tree on the way past them.
It is. And that berm is not that high, actually. It's just a little bit. It's
one of those. It's a lion.
You see, Alex Malacarney, he came back in another 6 seconds in this descent, actually, and even not at the bottom. So it suits him quite okay. But I think it's not enough to come back to these leaders.
It's a very dishonest berm, that one, Bart. It makes you think it's a berm, and then it stops being a berm, right, where you need the tire to grip.
It is.
Some big offs already on it during practice. Let's see if there's any conversation between these two now. There was some conversations in the last couple of laps, but Not much going on this time round. And are we going to see Riley Amos just... No.
Yeah,
as they round another back marker.
Yeah, a Brazilian rider.
See there,
taken by them.
The difference in pace between
it's crazy.
These top riders.
And he will be taken out, the Brazilian rider, by the 80% rule.
And absolutely no disrespect.
There you can see the marshal at the back.
Amos cracks on now. Does not come in the tech feed zone.
It looks like that.
Moves the hands to the inside, the grips duck down over the stem.
Now it's 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go, and Riley Amos has taken the lead of this bike race.
This is a real attack of him.
Yeah, when his opponent was in the tech feed zone, Bart. That's a bit of gamesmanship in cross-country terms, isn't it?
I'm not sure if it's allowed to attack in the feed zone. Back in the days.
Back in the day, you can't see it. Bart's waving his finger at me. But
I can mention a few names. They wouldn't happy with that.
The gloves are off. Prison rules from Riley Amos. He's cracking on at the front. He doesn't care. Has a quick check down to see if Treudler's come with him. Treudler needs to get this one covered off.
Alex Malacano now in 3rd place with a little bit of a gap. 9 seconds to Bjorn Riley. The Brazilian on the podium. 2 laps to go.
A Brazilian on the podium this evening would set things up brilliantly for tomorrow. There's 3rd place then, Alex Malacarne. Listen to the noise. Just getting roared on the whole way around Malacarne.
Oh yes, it will help him. Yulilo in 5th place. That's more than a minute already, in a minute 10. Yeah, these capybaras actually living next to this this course.
I think all this noise may have just cleared them out. I can't imagine they're enjoying this as much as we are, Bart.
Maybe they're watching the race.
There's Bjorn Riley.
Spot.
Bjorn Riley then cutting a bit of a lone figure out there.
Yeah, 4th place. His lap times a little bit.
There is Dario Lilo Vidman.
Yeah, a big chasing group of 5.
Strong group that you get a feeling they need to get organised.
Yeah, but even sometimes, if none of them likes to work, even they slow themselves down a little bit. That's not coming back together now. Finn Treudler to Riley Amos, who is leading. It might be the opportunity also for Finn Treudler now to attack. And he's back on his wheel. Because the climb is not over yet.
Real cat and mouse stuff at the front of this. Hard to tell which of these two is the stronger. Malacarne, best performance I think we've seen from him, Bart.
It is, yeah. The Brazilian hometown race.
Alex Junior Malacarne.
The fastest lap time today still for Bjorn Riley.
He was 3rd in the short track in Palaransala, Andorra last year. Bjorn Riley looking like he's having to grit the teeth and dig deep here. 4th place currently for Trek Future Racing.
And he doesn't see Alex Malacarne anymore in front of him, so it's also not the motivation anymore. Over these big routes. Yeah, Riley Amos kept on pushing.
Amos looks over the shoulder, sees Treudler.
Yeah.
Back together again.
Yeah, and after this little descent, another steep section of that climb will follow. Followed by another longer
dab there from Amos. Just slipped out of his pedals again. 3rd or 4th time we've seen that from the American.
Yeah, it seems that he's also pushing hard, exhausted, riding on the limit.
I think he managed to hold Treudler up there as well. So, I mean, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. Malacarne back to 27 seconds now.
Yeah, he lost again 9 seconds from the bottom.
So Malacarne just maybe feeling the effects of being out by himself, Bart, having no one else to help with the effort.
Yeah, he has to do it on his own, that's true. Especially on that flat section, you can have a lot of help if somebody is in front of you and save some energy. Bjorn Riley actually not that far off. There he is on 4th place. You could see Alex Malakane in front of him on that section, at least.
Yeah, 6 seconds the difference between the two of them.
Well, he might be managed to close that gap again.
Riley does tend to have a strong finish in him as well.
He might put the pressure now on Finn Trudler here in this descent. That's maybe the tactics of him. So it's not that he gets away on the climb, but pushing the pressure on him.
There we go, there's a different line choice through the jump line. Riley Amos, silky smooth.
Perfect.
Alex Malakane taking flight.
And you see here now, he's opening the gap.
Yeah, Amos absolutely pinning his way down that descent.
Different tactics.
Amos standing on the pedals now. This is an effort. This is an attack from the American rider.
You know, on that very short, pinchy part of that descent. It's not only down.
20 seconds. Malakane really yo-yoing back and forth. 20 seconds now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over yet. Of course, only one lap to go if they cross the line. But, yeah, 20 seconds. It's a big difference still.
Trudler getting roared on by the team staff there.
4 seconds. You have to start somewhere. The tight battle in between these two.
Yeah, there's that big rock section. The B line to your right in the screen, the rider's left. A bit longer. And it doesn't have that gap jump at the end of it. So Trudler pedaling his way around that berm. Amos really making a break for it now.
Yeah, but it shows also the tactics for this race, where you have to attack, how to manage your energy. And it looks like Riley Amos, he likes to be in front of Finn Trudler when they come down at the highest point in the last lap. And it looks like he's managing right now very perfectly.
Turns left.
Still, when they have to do one more lap if they cross the line.
Sticking to that middle line through those really awkward logs and rocks. Sitting upright in the berm, heads towards the gap jump. And now can have another chip at the timing screens on the way up this climb.
Well, a little bit of a mistake with his shifting, I thought it was. A little bit
Funny,
too big at the
that
bottom.
happened a couple of laps ago as well. You can see him having to just crunch a gear.
It's a short, punchy climb, but still you have to manage and shift your gears to a lower one.
Yeah, if you can't find it, grind it.
6 seconds. He's opening the gap bit by bit.
Malakane now at 21 seconds off the lead of Amos. So
it's stable for Alex Malakane to Riley Amos.
Amos, the pre-race favourite, out front now. Looks like he's stabilising his own gap back to Finn Trudler in second. Needs a big, powerful lap around the lake here, Bart, though, you get the feeling.
He will push hard, for sure.
Needs to really hammer home this advantage from here on in towards the end of the lap now, Amos. But as we said before, the danger is on flatter sections like this that you get softer hands, you'd relax your grip on the bars a bit, and it's not an even surface. There's roots, there's water.
Yeah, there's so much more involved as what we can see on screen, and the riders, they know that, and they are prepared to make it safely and be concentrated. Also, he's taking his drink over here, and he knows there's only one lap to go. 8 seconds. He's opening the gap constantly.
He's pushing.
20 to Alex Malakane, so they are equal in strength in the descent. Riley Amos and Alex Malakane.
Did you see the clip of the Kiwi rider in the short track tripling all those routes?
Amazing.
I don't know where he found the speed to do it. It was absolutely sensational.
Even now again, not coming into the feed zone.
Yeah, Riley Amos really knows that he has an opportunity here. He seems to have managed to break away from Trudler. Trudler 8 seconds back as Riley Amos heads on the final lap. What's it going to be when they cross the line? Where is the Swiss rider? There he is. Discards his bottle.
Yeah, every second count now.
Takes the bell, 9 seconds then. So, Amos managed to find a second around the lake. That will have been mission number 1. Listen to the noise for Alex Malakane.
Third place for the Brazilian.
And he'll be starting to believe Podium could be on here for Malacarne.
Yeah, less than 9 minutes to go. That's more like lap times are at the moment. Fastest lap time still goes to Bjorn Riley. In the beginning of the race it was.
He got a 15th as well in the XCO, Palar and Sala Andorra, Malacarne, so clearly likes altitude. Very wet, cold race that as well. Very different from today.
Very different.
Would be a blessed relief, a bit of rain at this point for me, but
Riley Amos.
Riley Amos looks over the shoulder, big long look. You just have to concentrate on hitting your marks now, Bart. There is Luke Wiedmann in 5th.
That's not a good sign if you're looking back over your shoulder just before the start of this climb. Let's see if he can make this turn right now without any mistakes.
Why is that? Because the energy, the nerves are jangling a bit?
You believe that Finn Truttler is coming back to you. So riders, they exactly have a feeling about it. So and it is not over yet.
Looking strong in that shot.
Yeah. Finn Truttler is still looking good here
6
on this
seconds now the gap. So the Swiss rider coming back at the American here.
Did he attack a little bit too early in this race? And also Finn Truttler, he can see him just in front of him. Small gear. He has to find his grip on his rear wheel, but he made it. 7 seconds.
Riley Amos did some great work on the last lap, but needs an even bigger shift here if he wants to maintain his advantage. Finn Truttler has been dogged in his pursuit.
And that's the difference in between the numbers 1 and 2. Still a little bit to go on this climb.
There's Alex Malacarne.
Number 3 in the race. Yeah, Riley Amos. Strong rides. 26 seconds now for Alex Malacarne. He lost a little bit of time.
I never know what that number's going to say. It could easily be right back with them again, couldn't it? He's been up and down all race long.
Yeah, it seems to be Alex Malacarne is very strong in the descent. That's the part where he can gain time every lap again.
These big chunky routes. Oh, absolutely brutal.
They're becoming more difficult at the end of the race.
Oh, Truttler.
Yeah, he managed
line
well.
The rider's right, not much in it. Riley Amos, 9 seconds now, so he's found a bit.
Yeah, he has to be in the first place at the top of this climb. Then he knows that it's safe.
Safe, a very relative term in mountain bike racing. Anything can happen.
Especially on this course.
You just see the green lights of that flight attendant system on the top of his suspension fork there, Riley Amos. Bike working out what suspension its pilot needs. How much compression damping. There is Alex Malacarne. You can see the shoulders rolling, the head moving a bit. What a race he's ridden.
Luke Wiedmann now in 5th place.
Amos starts this long multi-line ascent through the trees for the last time. Lap 7 out of 7.
Leader in the World Cup Series. The leader's jersey.
Is it going to be another win in 2024 for Riley Amos?
He reached the highest point of this course. And now into the descent. Carefully, safe. He has to manage that. But so far, looks good for him. But small gaps in between the riders.
Takes that line over the rider's right, so not messing about on the last lap, Riley Amos. He knows he's stronger than Truttler through these descents, and he needs to hammer home this advantage. Taking some risks here, Bart.
There's not really that much time to rest for Riley Amos. But most of the time he was a bit faster than Finn Truttler in this descent. Alex Malacarne also already here in the descent.
Malacarne, the lead under-23 rider for Trinity now that Adrian Boishy has moved up into the elites a couple of years early and chasing an Olympic dream. Boishy tomorrow.
Alex Malacarny, he was in the previous lap 2 seconds faster than Finn Trudler, who is in front of him. And here he's cooling himself down. So he's definitely feeling the heat here in Araxa, the second round.
Whoa. This little section leads you onto the flat before the fast descent really gets going.
Safely over these features. 11 seconds. Small margins in between the riders, but not riding together anymore.
No.
It has been a hard race from the beginning.
It's been a tough one.
Pushing hard.
And I just wonder if Riley Amos, his tactics were just to frustrate Finn Trudler and just stay with him, weather all the attacks. And then we saw that big push whenever the Swiss rider came into the tech feed zone.
Yeah, and now again, that pinchy climb for Riley Amos. Hey, look at him. Motivating the fans to cheer for him.
Why not?
He's feeling strong.
I don't think they need much motivation around here. It's early in the lap to be doing that, though, Bart.
Yeah. But probably this is the most funny part of the whole course for him.
9 seconds of difference.
Making a big show of it. Enjoying the jumps.
Riley Amos on the last lap.
The bridge.
Tables over the bridge. Turns hard right.
Yeah, not that long anymore for him. The river gap still has to come. A little jump over the river.
I can't remember seeing anybody celebrate that early.
I expect maybe for tomorrow 10 laps for the elite man.
Yeah,
I think so.
It would seem that way because there was a couple of back markers caught early doors. Such was the pace at the front of this one.
Finn Trudler, he's coming back a little bit, 8 seconds. It's not that far off, but
it's not that far off
enough for today. And also Alex Malacarny, 18 only.
Malacarny is going to get some reception here.
Listen to the crowd.
Crowd have filled up the finish line here in Araxa. This man has put on a show, not just in this race, for the last 4 races. 2 short tracks, 2 cross-country Olympics. And you can hear the celebration start in Trek Factory Racing Pirelli roaring on. The fastest of this generation. Someone pour that man a caipirinha. Riley Amos makes it 4 out of 4 in Brazil. Finn Trudler, I have to say, not that far behind him, 7 seconds. That's exactly what Riley Amos wanted. Listen to this though, Alex Malacarny from Brazil gets on the podium at his home race.
What a performance for the Brazilian.
What a performance from Alex Malacarny, exactly right, Bart. Bjorn Riley home in 4th place, Malacarny. Well, there was always going to be a party tonight. Alex Malacarny is just guaranteed that it's going to be a big one.
Exhausted, Alex Malacarny, but that's, of course, after such a race he did. What a performance of him.
Any elite racers staying in the side of the Grand Hotel in Araxa that faces the pits are now beating up after reception to get their rooms changed. With Alex Malacarny, 3rd place here. There's going to be a bit of noise this evening.
And then Luc Moyer.
Look how far back 5th place was. 1 minute 21 back.
Yeah, that's a big gap, but the first 4 are actually very close together.
Superb Malacarne. Friedman, Moyer, Guay, Lilo, Bjorn Riley, just pace just a little bit too hot off the front for him today, Mark.
Maybe. Here's Paul Schell.
Paul Schell, the German.
Strong ride for Paul Schell.
Looks happy with that one.
Cole Punchard from Canada, 11th place. Sander Rocke, 10th. Lennart Kraaier, 12th place. Another Lexwear rider.
Here he is, the boxer, Riley Amos. Weathered a few jabs this afternoon and then landed that knockout blow. Attacked, kept going. Chance of Brazil coming up from the crowd in the finish area here. Alex Malacarne's turned conductor. That has set tomorrow up an absolute treat. There he is. One of their own.
Pure emotions, but this man, as we said, and he said, I should say,
a big result with Foreign Bart. This one will stay with him. For a long time.
The good times just keep on rolling for this young man, Riley Amos. That's 4 on the trot. What a performance. Tell us, how hard was that lap 3 and lap 4 out there today?
So hard. Never is any easier. It's hard. Finn is riding so strong today. Like, he was climbing so much better than all of us. So it was everything I could do just to dangle on his wheel. And then I honestly felt a little bit better with 2 laps to go and saw my opportunity and went for it. And I was lucky enough that it worked out. But Finn was amazing. Alex had an amazing race closing to us. So I just got lucky and able to hold on to it today. So
I think there's a little bit more than luck in a performance like that. Did you push the pace towards lap 5, lap 6, lap 7?
Yeah, I mean, I was just struggling to hold the wheel for the first half of the race, and then Finn finally eased up a little bit, and I got a little recovery finally. But I saw where maybe I was just a little bit stronger and knew where to be into the downhill and was able to create a little time. But it was really scary. Like, I was trying to push the downhills and blowing out of my pedals, just barely hanging onto the bike, clipping my derailleur on some rocks. So I was on the limit the whole race. I'm just happy it worked out and made it to the finish line.
Truly dominant performance and starts of 2024. Riley Amos, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing us to Brazil, buddy. I loved it out there.
And they loved him. Riley Amos through the rocks. We saw him on clip a few times, Bart, just at the bottom of climbs and crunched a couple of gears, but other than that, pretty faultless.
Yeah, I mean, the tactics also what he played, he could hang on with Finn Trullo, but that was the only thing you could do in the beginning of the race. And then suddenly he felt good again with 2 laps to go. He placed that tag. That was just
Finn
enough.
Trudler, second place. That was an exceptional ride. Tell us how you felt out there after lap 3 and lap 4 today.
Yeah, I felt super strong in uphills, but yeah, I struggled a bit in the downhill to ride this pace. But yeah, I had just good ride, and I'm super stoked with my second place.
You looked phenomenal out there. You looked so composed and so calm. Is this a great confidence boost heading into the European half of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to the next races.
Congratulations, mate. Silver medal. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Finn Troidler then. Good race, Bart.
Yeah, great performance. He tried to get away in the beginning of the race. It didn't work out for him, but the second place at the end. What a performance. And he's happy with that.
It's funny, we're just looking at the window of the commentary booth.
Alex Malacan, the Brazilian superstar, third place today. Tell us how that felt to ride such an exceptional race in front of your home crowd.
It's unbelievable. The hard work paid today. It's my last year under 23, so it's my first podium on XCO. And being at home in front of this crowd, I was having goosebumps all the laps, and they for sure pushed me in the last laps that I could hold the third place and almost fight for the second and the first. It was so close, it was like a dream. And I'm having goosebumps with this run like now. Obrigado, Brasil! Amo vocês!
As we let the crowd noise just erupt, tell us how that felt. Of course, did it lift you? Did it give you an extra gear to push today?
For sure, I think I gained like 50 watts after that. At the beginning, I lost the contact with the front, but I always believed that I could fight for the win. Yeah, for sure, they pushed me all the race.
What do you say to the crowd behind us today?
Muito obrigado. Foram 2 semanas incríveis aqui no Brasil. Foi sonho realizado para todos nós. E é só a primeira, vamos!
I was just about to say, Bart, you could tell that Alex Malacarney's interview was getting close because the noise level kicks up outside our commentary booth. But great to see that. That's the power of cycling, the power of mountain biking right there.
Yeah, muito obrigado. Yeah, that's what he said to the fans, to the Brazilian fans here in Araxa. Yeah, an amazing performance of him last year under 23. And now he's performing on the highest level. And no better place to do that than here in Brazil. And he did it. Congratulations for that.
Well, they don't have Henrique Avancini to cheer on anymore. They might just have found their new hero.
Yeah, these countries love to have a hero. And it looks like Alex Malacan is not coming close to Henrique Avancini.
Not yet, not yet.
He's definitely the hero here.
He's got some time though. Riley Amos then takes the win ahead of Troidler, Malacarney, Riley, Wiedmann, Moyer, Guay, Lilo, Shell and Rocket. Then it's Punchar, Kreyer, Hudima, Pedersen, Solvoy, Musi, Gros-Lambert, Barroso, Gomez, Walter. Tennyson, Van Manen then 24th.
Yep.
Paul Boishy, 35th. He's ahead of Ethan Rose. You can see just the spread of lap times there, Bar. Huge. Gives you an idea of the pace they were pushing on.
Yeah, but
front.
only less than 9 minutes lap time, so the 80% rule counts very quickly. And yeah, you can see that as well.
A few DNFs then at the bottom of the timesheets. Here's the fastest lap times. Real spread.
Yeah, the fastest lap time comes down to Cole Punch-Out actually. That must be somewhere at the end.
Yeah.
With 8:44
on our sheet.
The 7th lap, so that means the last lap of him.
On our sheet in front of us, Finn Troidler then. And Bjorn Riley, 2nd lap. Really, really high pace. May explain the Riley blow up slightly. Here is how it went down at the 2nd round of the Whoop UCI Mountain Bike World Series for the under-23 cross-country Olympic men's race. Punchy start as ever. Riley Amos in the red and white of the overall points leaders jersey was battling from the start with Finn Troidler, the Swiss racer for Cube.
Yeah, Finn Troidler definitely felt strong here on this climb, lap by lap, every time again. He was pushing hard. He put a lot of effort into this race, was leading for a long time. Battling battling with all these riders behind him.
There was a group of 4 then at the front. Luca Martin, Bjorn Riley with them.
Yeah, Bjorn Riley as well. He was in that leading group for a long time, these 4.
Thought Treudler really forced the issue and asked the most questions at the front of the 2 Americans behind him. A lot of mini micro attacks everywhere, bigger attacks as well. Punches landed, but he shifted Riley, but he couldn't shift Amos.
Yeah, really, Amos definitely also strong in the descent, where we could open the gap or close the gap, especially in the beginning of the race a couple of times. And here we see it with 2 laps to go. Riley Amos, he attacked actually when Finn Treudler went into the feed zone for a drink. And with just a few seconds in between these riders, with 2 laps to go, it was a very tight race at the end.
He handled it well, didn't he, Amos? Meanwhile, Alex Malacarne made his way through the chasing pack into 3rd place, much to the delight of the Brazilian crowd, but out front, no stopping the imperious Amos.
And here at this point, the highest point of the course, there the descent started. And then Riley Amos, no, it wasn't that far anymore.
Celebrated with the crowd and a bit of shadow boxing. Riley Amos took another win in 2024. Trek Factory Racing Pirelli rider, unstoppable. Finn Treudler celebrated behind him, 2nd place, strong result. But the main noise was reserved for this man. King of Araxa this evening, Alex Malacarne for Trinity Racing, takes 3rd place. Riley Amos came into this season with some pressure on those shoulders, and he is handling it extremely well. Alex Malacarne celebrating with his family.
The Brazilian fans are happy.
It's guaranteed.
First podium.
It's guaranteed a big crowd for the podium, hasn't it? Here we go. The Brazilian flag on the podium here in Brazil. Alex Malacarne secures himself a bit of Brazilian mountain bike history. In a part of the world where they love their mountain bike racing. Finn Treudler, arguably the most aggressive rider out there today. Kept attacking, never knew when he was beaten. Cube Factory Racing, really strong start to the U23 season. Kira Baum, Finn Treudler going extremely well. Riley Amos takes another win in 2024. Unstoppable Amos. The chainsaws and the vuvuzelas roar. Newey got the job done early in the last lap. Managed to finish things off in some style. Amos, Treudler and Malacarne, your top 3 here in Araxa, Brazil.
Tight racing, and we will see more from this tomorrow.
Tight racing. What a race. The good news is There's plenty more to come. Here from Araxa. Let's take a look at the overall standings then. Riley Amos leads by a towering 105 points. Ahead of Bjorn Riley, Finn Troidler, Alex Malacarni up into 4, Friedman, Martin, Roque, Moyer, Guay, Lilo. Round out the top 10. Leonard Creyer 11. Udima in 12th. Solvoy in 18th. Gros Lambert 19th. Punchart, good ride today, rounds out the top 20. Paul Schell in 27th. The overall points leader's jersey belonged to this man at the start of the day. And it's leaving Brazil with him. He's handled the pressure well, Bart.
He did, yeah. He's in a great shape. Won last week and today again here in Araxa. So, good start of the season.
Full
Look at the champagne.
Full commitment.
That's the way
Podium.
how you do it.
Full commitment Podium move as well. Yeah, he deserves it. As do those two men still either side of him. Did Troidler impress you today?
Yeah, he did also very strong last week, and today again on a course with a bit more climbing.
Here we go, half free Central European time tomorrow. Women under 23 get us underway. Then it's time for the elites. 6:15, 8:30 Central European time for first the women and then the men. Here from Araxa, Brazil. Well, what a race we were treated to. Bart and I are going to sidle off into the pits and maybe have a quick look at the party, but not too long, obviously, Bart. We've got some work to do tomorrow. Don't forget to join us right here for a big day of racing from the second round of the Whoop UCI Mountain Bike World Series from Araxa in Brazil. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.
See you then.